at 5, the former Franklin County Sheriff's deputy who shot and killed Casey Goodson Jr. will face a state judge on murder and reckless homicide charges. His attorneys tried to get the case moved to federal court. 10 TV's Lacey Crisp is live to explain what this means for the case. Lacey?
Yeah, Meade's attorney argued, since Meade was working as a member of the U.S. Marshals Task Force that day, that it should be heard in federal court, but the judge disagreed, so the case will remain in common pleas. This was the scene on December 4th, 2020. Then Franklin County Sheriff's Deputy Jason Meade was working as a part of the U.S. Marshals Task Force conducting an arrest warrant. The team did not find the person they were looking for, but Meade's attorney, Mark Collins, argues Casey Goodson waved a gun at the group of law enforcement officers. Meade followed Goodson, and Collins says Meade told Goodson to put his arms up. Meade shot Goodson 6 times, killing him. Collins argued that Meade's case should be heard federally since Meade was working with the U.S. Marshals Task Force at the time.
And then federal court gives you a couple different options. You can have a trial in there, but in theory, Lacey, if you can show that you have a reasonable defense under a colorable defense under the law, it can actually be dismissed.
In a ruling issued Thursday, a U.S. District Court judge explained because Goodson wasn't a part of the search warrant, Meade was not acting under federal authority.
The judge indicated that he did have the lawful ability to pursue Mr. Goodson, to investigate, and to potentially arrest. However, when he was acting under that authority, it was under the authority of the state, because it wasn't a specific task assigned to him from the United States Marshal Service.
Meade took disability retirement from his sheriff's deputy job in July 2021 after he was criminally charged. He remains free on bond. Collins tells me he'll decide in the next week or two if he's going to appeal the judge's decision. Reporting live, Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.
Thank you, Lacey. Now, I spoke with Casey Goodson Jr.'s mother, Tamala Payne, and her attorney, Sean Walton, shortly after the decision came down today. They said this is good news.
For the defense here, for Meade and his attorneys, from their perspective, it's one more tool that they're trying to use to just confuse things and delay the process here. But what we know is that this was a murder, and that a Franklin County jury will I hear this, and that was our goal from the beginning.
My family and I, and probably Sean as well, do recognize the excellent job that the DOJ did with the investigation. I will say that I do not feel like we would be sitting here today if it wasn't for their investigation. And I want to make that clear that the DOJ did one great investigation in Casey's case.
Tamala Payne says she is ready to go to court and ready for all the details of this case to come out. She believes justice will be served in the death of her son. I asked her what she would consider to be justice in this case, and she told me it's a conviction and a life sentence for Jason Meade. Now, we've been on top of this story from the very beginning. You can find all of our past coverage on 10tv.com and get breaking alerts by downloading our free app.